For as long as I can remember, I've suffered from unnerving recurring dreams and night terrors. The How It Ends podcast is an exploration of daily life and the imprint it leaves on our memory and consciousness. This podcast is made by me, Micah Jones, with some help from my two closest friends, Elliot Cabral and Devin Williams. I'm not sure where this journey will take me, so follow along as I try to uncover the meaning of my dreams and finally get some sleep. I'm releasing this in real time, so if you're just joining, please start from the beginning, and thank you for listening. Devin, thank you again for driving. I meant to say that before we left.
Yeah, thanks, Devin.
Hey, no problem. And for real, I mean, basically our only option, right?
No, it was not our only option. I offered.
Oh, God.
Right, so our options were your refrigerator box on wheels or Micah's ancient Civic with, what's the count, 300,000 miles on it?
That box on wheels hasn't failed me yet. So.
Yeah, duct tape, some chicken wire, and hot glue.
Yeah. Good
Great.
as new, right?
Yeah, MacGyver.
Yeah.
Good job.
Still works. But speaking of our shitty cars, you know, we're an hour and a half into this drive, and have you hit 60 miles an hour yet? Or
Hey.
Still revving up there.
Don't hate on the Prius. It's saving us a ton of gas.
Oh,
Yeah, and I'll have you know, driving the Prius, it's an art more than
You
the
started
science.
it. You started this. So, anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, is your mom gonna be home when we get there, or is she already left for New York?
Oh, no, she left early this morning.
I'm just excited to see Apollo, though. It's been so long.
Yeah, he's a good dog. He's a good dog.
No, he is the best dog in the whole entire world. Don't get it twisted.
And really, I'm a loser for loving Mulder.
Yes, that's different.
Seriously.
Oh, come
Yeah.
on. Yeah, double standards.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm with you, Devin. I am.
What are we doing this weekend anyway? You haven't even told me any plans or anything.
Well, I had some ideas.
Oh no, you're gonna make me go on a hike, aren't you? It's so cold.
I mean, I thought we could check out a trail in the Sourland Mountain. I mean, that's why I told you guys to bring the right footwear. You can do outside things all year long. Or
Comes.
plan B. You guys could drop me off at a brewery somewhere.
No
and
way!
Then just go walk
No
around
way!
the circle by
Wait,
yourself.
You're
the
coming.
And I'll wait for you guys.
We can do the brewery thing though. But I have something I need to do. I need to meet up with this guy for a couple of hours. But then I'm free after. We can do that.
Who are you meeting up with?
Just this dude. This guy.
This dude, you're bringing us all the way to New Jersey, and then what? Go on a date?
Oh my God! For fuck's sake! No, of course not. It's just an old family's friend. That's it.
Who is it? Someone we know?
No, I actually haven't met them either.
But how's it an old family friend, but you haven't met them before?
Well, he's a friend of my. I mean, he was a friend of my dad's.
Oh. Well, you could have told us. I mean,
Yeah, I'm sorry.
not gonna judge.
Well, can we come though? It'd be kind of cool to meet someone else who knew your dad. He's probably got some cool stories.
No, not this time. We've only been communicating via email, and I think that, I don't know, maybe that would be weird to spring my friends on him the first time we meet up.
Well, what's his name?
John Buckley. He was a park ranger, like my dad.
Oh, that's cool. You must have some great stories.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully.
Well, what about your mom? Does she know that you're meeting up with him? Did you tell her?
Yeah, I talked to her about it. She was fine.
But I don't. So how'd you find him then? Did your mom get you guys in touch, or
Something like that.
Yeah, Elliot, enough with the interrogation.
Just
Seriously.
asking.
Why don't we figure out where we're gonna go when Micah meets this guy?
Yeah, I mean, you guys could go hit up a bar on Main Street. Maybe get some thicker socks for the cold hike.
Don't talk to me right now.
Okay. Fine. Okay. Well, then what are you going to do then?
Oh, I imagine we're going on a culinary tour of Somerville then.
Yeah, obviously, when you're rolling with me.
You guys should go to Verve, though. They have oysters and fancy cocktails.
Ooh, sold.
Nice.
Hey, Devin, speaking of food, can you just stop at a rest stop or something? Whatever you see next, I need a snack.
What? We've been driving for an hour. Why didn't you eat before we left?
I did. I'm hungry again.
Well...
That's what happens. You eat and then get hungry again.
Well, for that, there's Gorp in my bag if you want it.
The fuck you just say to me?
Don't y'all white folks eat that stuff?
I've never heard that word in my life. I don't know what you were talking about, sir.
It's good old raisins and peanuts.
Oh.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, that's not what I want.
That's what the internet said.
Micah,
Hi.
have a seat.
What can I get for you?
Oh, just a club soda. Thank you.
You know, you look just like your father.
Oh, no one ever really tells me that. Most people say that I look like my mom. Thanks for meeting me.
It's no problem.
So, you and my dad were close?
Yeah, we worked together for a long time. My wife Abby was pretty fond of your mother.
Oh, do they still keep in touch? She hasn't mentioned her.
I wouldn't know. We split up 20 years ago.
I'm sorry. I just assumed when you said your wife that...
Yeah.
What's up, John?
Another one of these? Thanks. So, you'd said in your email that you want to talk about your dad?
Yeah, please.
What do you want to talk about?
I mean, I guess just general stuff. My mom and I don't really talk about him much, so anything you can think of, funny stories, something like that.
My funny stories are probably all stories you don't want to hear about your dad. Nothing bad, just, two young guys being stupid and little things, but...
Okay, well, yeah, I don't...
But your dad was one of the best men I ever known.
Thank you.
So, anything about Nolan?
Yeah, anything you can tell me, really. That'd be great.
The thing I remember most about Nolan is that you could never really keep him down. Do you know what I mean? He was always in a good mood. Even when he had every reason to be pissed off. He would just smile, shrug, and move on.
So what was he like at work?
Just as you'd expect, I guess. Helpful, kind, patient. That, and he just loved to be outdoors.
Yeah, I'm like that too. I just I need to move. Like being outside gives me space to really breathe and think. Like routine makes me anxious,
Sounds like him. Sorry, I'm not sure I'm telling you what you want to hear.
I mean, I guess I just wanted to hear someone other than my mom talk about him. You were one of his closest friends, though? That's what my mom said.
Yeah. I just remembered this one time. We were headed out to our usual fishing spot. We were on the highway, and he noticed that this woman's car was smoking.
Mm-hmm. So you guys helped her?
Oh, yeah. Once she was away from the car and safe, he drove to a store to get a fire extinguisher. Now keep in mind, that was back before cell phones, obviously. So he had someone in the store call the fire department to get them out there. When the fire department showed up and took over, we waited it out. Eventually, her car got towed and we drove her home. By the time it was all said and done, it was too late in the day to fish. Don't get me wrong. He wasn't the type to insert himself just for glory or his ego. He just generally liked to help. It was who he was.
Yeah, I remember that about him.
Hey, Chris. Another one, please. He was really creative, too.
Yeah, he was.
Whenever I'd stop by your house, he'd be out in that little shed.
That was like our place. I hung out with him there all the time.
Or he'd be surrounded by the most random shit. Making notes in that little journal he carried around.
Wait, what journal?
Oh, he always carried around this leather journal. A notebook. Never saw him without it.
I don't think I've ever even seen it. I wonder if my mom still has it.
I doubt she'd throw it away. The two of you gave it to him for a birthday, maybe?
Wait, how do you know that?
Because he'd never shut up about that. He'd have you draw little cartoons in it, or copy something that he drew. He was always talking about you, how smart you were, how talented. You said you're up in Providence? What are you doing up there?
Figuring things out, I guess. I'm interested in photography, and that's what I went to school for. So I also really like having a flexible schedule, so I bartend too.
What kind of photography?
Landscape, like nature, sort of photojournalism style stuff. Anything that combines the outdoors and being alone and photos, basically.
Yeah, you definitely sound like your dad. Definitely take after him.
Wait, he was interested in photography too? I don't think I knew that.
Same type of stuff, too. Always taking photos of trees, wildlife. Never saw him without his camera either.
Oh, I'll have to look for his camera and his journal when I get back to my mom's. It'd be kind of nice to have those things with me at home.
Maybe you'll find some of the photographs he took around.
Around what?
Around the time he died, I'm sorry.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. Was he shooting something in particular around then?
I'm not sure. Maybe. He was definitely working on a project, but I don't remember what it was.
Oh. Okay. Maybe there'll be something in the journal about it.
Good luck with that.
What do you mean? Why?
I've never read anything in the journal, but I did see him writing it a lot. He was like Da Vinci. He'd open it up and scribble on whatever page he landed on.
Oh, well, I really hope I can find it then.
He was like that at work, too. Never really had any real organizational systems, but always seemed to know what was going on. Me, I need some kind of order.
Yeah, my mom is like that. Like you. I mean, like she need. They were just different. You know, I'm not sure what exactly, but something you said just reminded me of this time that we all slept out in my backyard. You know, it was really warm out, so it must have been summer or, end of summer. My dad and I were in the shed doing something, and my mom called us in because it was getting dark and looked like it was going to rain. He walks out of the shed and looks up at the sky for a minute. And then he just starts digging through his stuff. And he pulls out our tent and those, what are they called? Those camping lantern things and our sleeping bags. And then he tells me to just run in the house and go get my mom. And it took me a few minutes to get her out there because she was definitely, in for the night. And, when she comes outside, my dad had unrolled all those sleeping bags and was halfway through pitching the tent. And my mom was so not having it. She just was like, no way. I'm not staying out here when it's going to rain. My bed is so close. No. And I just remember her saying, not a chance, Jones. And she used to say that a lot.
Yep, yeah. It sounds like Nolan.
And he didn't even do anything. He just smiled at her. And that's all he did. He just stood there and smiled at her. And I remember looking back and forth between them for what felt like forever, but was probably just a minute. And then she just sighed and walked back into the house. And I stood there for a little bit, and I waited for him to say something, but he didn't. And I was confused because I had no idea what was going on. And then like a few minutes later, she just like walks out of the house holding a whole bunch of snacks in one arm and then pajamas in the other. She just walked over and dropped it all on the ground. And then that was it. My dad just, he just beamed. He looked so happy. And we slept in that little tent that night in the rain, and we ate snacks, and they told me jokes, and then I fell asleep. It was the best night. I can't believe I didn't remember that until just now.
Yeah, your parents were good together.
Yeah.
I take it you need to get going.
Oh, no, that's just my friends wondering where I am. Like separation anxiety or something. They've been wandering around town for a while.
It's okay. I should go too. I've got a few things to do.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for this, for meeting me. It was really nice.
Chris, see you tomorrow.
Oh, you don't have to do that. Thank you.
It's only a club soda. But yeah, it was nice to meet you also. I haven't talked about your dad with anyone in a long while. It was a trip.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It feels like I've kind of like only just started talking.
Especially because of where we are.
What? Where we are?
It was my birthday on a Friday. We went out for drinks after work, but Nolan didn't stay for too long. He left early, said he had to go check something out.
Why are you telling me this?
I'm sorry, I assumed you knew. We were here in this bar.
What?
It had a different name then. We were sitting right in this room having drinks. It was the same night he died.
The room is filled with an impenetrable fog so thick that you huddle together instinctively. As the fog swirls, you are plunged into darkness, yet you sense heavy movement around you.
Great. Good. Okay.
The fog lifts as quickly as it came, but the light does not return.
Okay. I cast Produce Flame.
Cool.
As the torch is lit, the darkness recedes, and you realize that the room you're standing in has changed.
Ooh.
The walls are plain stone brick. The floor is heavy, gray flagstone, speckled with moss. The room seems utterly empty, but most worrying is that now it also seems to lack a door or any means of exit. There is only cold gray stone surrounding you. The east wall looks to be not entirely secure. It's moving subtly. It seems to be breathing.
Okay. I would like to roll a perception check on the east wall. So that's an 11 plus 5 perception, so a 16.
Okay, so the wall...
Hang on, out of character. Are you ever going to tell us what happened with that John guy earlier? I'm like dying to know.
Okay. It was fine, I guess. He told me some stories that I'd never heard before. But I kind of just, for now, I kind of just want to play. So can we talk about this later, like when I've had time to like process? And
okay.
Anyway, Devin, okay. Well, sorry. What did we see?
Okay. The wall begins to gently breathe again. The breaths are more ragged than before, as if some careful balance has been interrupted. You notice that the wall's movement seems to match the breathing of the person near it.
I think we both need to stand near the wall and see whose breath it's trying to match. All right, you go. Let's try breathing together.
Okay.
Out of character, though, what do you mean by process? Like, are you okay? Did he say something to you?
As you both stand near the wall and breathe,
Okay.
it matches your breath.
I think we should take a deeper breath. though.
Seriously, Micah, what happened? Are you okay?
It was really just him telling me stories of what it was like to be my dad's friend. It was just a lot to take in. It all is like, hearing about my dad, that story that Luke told me. I promise I'll tell you guys all about it, just like not now.
But
Please.
When did you talk to Luke? What do you...
Wait a minute. No, I told you. We got drinks. I told you that.
No, you didn't. What story did he tell you?
It was just this story about something that happened to him as a kid, and then, kind of some stuff about me. Can we please just play?
No. You didn't tell me about any of this. Like, what could Luke have possibly told you about when you were a kid? He knew you for a day.
Mm-hmm. You know what, guys? I think I'm done DMing here. I'm going to pack up,
Come
okay?
on, this is what we said we were going to do. I really just wanted to play this nerdy game of Dungeons and Dragons. That's what I wanted to do.
Okay, well,
Oh, wait.
I didn't tell you guys because I wasn't ready to, but I have every intention of telling you. Like, I just wanted a little bit of time to figure things out.
Oh, wait. So, when exactly did you meet up with Luke?
The weekend after New Year's. Yes. The weekend after New Year's.
are you sure about that?
Yeah.
So, the weekend of my party at the restaurant that you didn't show up to, that's the weekend.
Elia,
That
I was
Saturday.
going to come by after, but then the story that he told me, like,
No,
it just
no.
freaked me out. So I just needed.
No. Yeah, it really freaked you out. You've been saying that a lot lately, and I'm real sorry that you're going through all this stuff, but it's so hard for us to keep up. And
What?
we're in your corner, but you've been way more unpredictable than usual lately, and no one knows what's going on anymore.
Yes, you
and
do.
We get that you require a lot of space, but it's really, really out of character for you to just straight not show up to something that was really important to me.
Elia.
Yeah, Micah. I mean, no disrespect. It just seems like you're not putting your energy in the right places.
Guys, I'm sorry. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, well, that's fine, because I'm just going to go upstairs and watch TV anyway.
Elle, come on.
No.
Like,
No, I'm good.
I still can't believe she fucking left like that.
Well, Micah, it's her job.
She doesn't even have to be there until 5. Like, if she rode with us, she would have made it on time. She didn't have to catch a train at the break of dawn. She hates getting up early.
I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I think she was still upset from last night. And she probably thought it'd be better to just head out, clear her head.
Yeah, whatever.
Look, Micah, she just found out that you blew off one of her biggest nights at the restaurant. You know how hard she worked on that.
Devin.
Before you say anything, I'm not trying to take sides. I love you both. But this was kind of a big deal to her. You didn't show up.
I know. I fucked up. I just feel like I can't keep everything straight. All this weird shit keeps dropping in my lap, and I'm really trying to figure it out. And I'm doing the podcast just like you guys said I should. Like, this was y'all's idea. Like, I thought that I was doing the right thing.
That's one interpretation. What we originally came up with was one thing. But a lot shifted from where it started, And I'm fine with that. Still am. So long as you remember what you started it for.
I do.
Remember what's important.
Of course I do.
Micah, I'm not sure that's true. I'm talking to you as one of your best friends. This project, it seems to be taking over all your free time and a lot of your headspace. You're recording almost every time we hang out, and I can roll with it to an extent. But it'd still be nice to be able to just chill, relax, and know that what we're talking about isn't going to end up all over the internet. But yeah, that's not even my biggest concern. If I'm being honest, what about the break-in? That was real shit, Micah. Someone came into your apartment, our building, and smashed up all your stuff.
I know, I was there.
And the message? How are you not terrified to basically do anything? Have you even asked yourself about that? Like, what you're being warned about?
I don't know. I wish I knew.
Micah, I'm worried about you. Ellie is too. Hell, I live in the same building, so I'm worried about me too. I mean, could this have upset someone?
I don't know
somehow?
how. I only recorded you and Elia and Billy up until that point.
And Luke.
What about Luke?
Look, you're telling me that you don't think it's strange that right after this dude shows up, shit starts getting weird? I wasn't about to stoke the argument last night. I was trying to let y'all work your stuff out. But I heard the episode that you posted when you and Luke went to the bar. I just didn't connect the dates. Micah, that's some shit. Do you know what he wants? Do you know what he wants you to do with the information he gave you?
He heard the conversation that I had with my mom on Thanksgiving and how much it bothered me that I couldn't remember. Like, I think he's just trying to help me.
Look,
what's wrong with that?
If that's the case, fine. But I think you need to tread carefully.
I am. Like, I'm being careful. Can I put on the radio?
Yeah, sure.